Okay, everyone, so it's time for my weekly meal plan episode. If you haven't listened before, each week I share with everyone what I have on my meal plan for the upcoming week for my family. The meal plan is just dinners. We don't really plan breakfast or lunch. For lunches, we usually do either leftovers or like frozen pizza or sandwiches or things like that. So I don't really plan for lunches. I follow a simple meal rotation, so the meals will repeat over the course of time fairly frequently. Like for example, we do hamburgers every other Monday, we do tacos every other Tuesday. So there's kind of like a rotation that I follow just to keep things really simple and easy. Any of the recipes if I have a recipe for something, I will let you know where I got it from. I also post them on the Facebook page. Trying to think what else. The meal plan runs from Saturday through Friday. And I always put this episode out on Wednesday morning so that you can have enough time to purchase the items that you would need if you were actually going to follow along with the meal plan. You can use this to follow along, or you could just use it as motivation to create your own meal plan. The purpose of the reason why I think it's important for these meal plans is because having a meal plan can save you money so that you don't have to buy groceries that you're not going to use, and it also saves you time during the week and saves you stress from not having to figure out what you have for dinner because you already know what you're going to have for, from having your meal plan laid out. So this meal plan starts on Saturday, this upcoming Saturday, which is Saturday, November 7th. So for Saturday, November 7th, for our dinner, we are having sheet pan chicken fajitas, and that recipe is from foodnetwork.com. It's just a really simple, basic cut up chicken strips with peppers and onions and seasonings, and then you just make it into a fajita with flour tortillas and cheese. So we're doing that, and then we're also doing on the side Chipotle black bean chili, which is from myplantbasedfamily.com. It's a vegetarian chili based with black beans and quinoa, and that is because my one daughter doesn't eat meat, so she won't eat the chicken fajitas, so this will be a good alternative for her to have that night. And it's just really good anyway. It's a good side dish, and it's made, well, not, it could be a main meal or a side dish or whatever. It's made in the Instant Pot. So that is Saturday. For Sunday, we're doing Debbie's vegetable lasagna. That's from allrecipes.com. That's a really good meatless lasagna recipe. It's something different. I think it's really good. It has like zucchini in it, and shredded carrots and frozen spinach. And mozzarella cheese, ricotta cheese, all that kind of stuff. And it's for the sauce, it uses like a white wine and Parmesan vegetable broth sauce for like this instead of like a red sauce in the lasagna. And I think it's a really good recipe. It's something different to have once in a while than regular lasagna or a typical red sauce type pasta dish. So that's for Sunday. For Monday, we're doing hamburgers. There's no recipe there. I just take hamburger meat and just make it into little patties, cook it up. Sometimes I'll put like the McCormick hamburger seasoning on it. For my daughter, sometimes I'll do a black bean veggie burger, but instead this week we're going to do Impossible Burger for her because I happened to buy a package of the Impossible Burgers I don't know, a while ago when we went camping because she was going to have it on the grill, and I have them in the freezer, so I've been alternating those out once in a while. So she'll have that and everyone else will have the hamburgers. And then we're also doing oven fresh seasoned potato wedges, which is from allrecipes.com. It's just a really simple potato wedge that you bake in the oven. You just cut up the potatoes in eighths and you toss them in a Ziploc bag with like olive oil, Parmesan cheese, and some seasoning, and then you bake them. They come out really good for a side with the hamburgers. And then we're just doing a can of pork and beans on the side with that. So that's Monday. Tuesday, every other Tuesday when we're not having tacos, we do a Chipotle night where we make a homemade Chipotle style meal. So I do chicken that this one I don't have a recipe for, but what I do is I just take chicken, cut it up into small little pieces, toss it in with a little bit of olive oil, some chili powder, and some seasoned salt, and then just broil it in the oven so that it gets like slightly on the crispy side. And then I just put that out with some brown rice, some black beans, cheddar cheese, salsa, sour cream, avocado, you know, all the toppings like you would put on a bowl if you went to the fast food restaurant, or I don't know if it's considered fast food, but you know what I mean, restaurant, Chipotle. So that is for Tuesday. For Wednesday, I'm doing sausage and peppers for a dozen, which is from allrecipes.com. The recipe actually calls for the sausage and peppers to be served on buns to make like a sausage sandwich, but instead I am just serving that as a side with a easy ravioli bake, which is from bettycrocker.com. So that is really simple. It's just layered frozen raviolis with mozzarella cheese and sauce, and you just bake it in the oven. That doesn't have meat in it, so my one daughter who doesn't eat meat will eat that, and then the rest of us will have that with the sausage and peppers on the side, kind of just like you would have like a side of meatballs or side of sausage or whatever. So we're just kind of doing it as a side dish, but you could definitely also just do the sausage and peppers and make sandwiches out of it. Then on Thursday, we usually do either soup and grilled cheese or breakfast for dinner on Thursdays. So this Thursday is going to be a soup night. So we're making slow cooker chicken taco soup. That's from allrecipes.com. And what I'm actually going to do with that one is I am going to cook the chicken separately, just because, like I said, my one daughter doesn't eat meat. So I'll make the whole taco soup in the crock pot all day, and then I'll just cook the chicken and shred it. And then whoever wants chicken in the soup can just add it, and whoever doesn't want it doesn't have to add it. So it just makes it easy so everybody can eat the same meal. But yeah, that's a really good slow cooker taco soup recipe. It's really simple. It's just like a lot of different canned beans and some corn, tomato sauce, and then the chicken and taco seasoning. And then you could top it with like shredded cheddar, tortilla chips, sour cream, whatever you want when it's done. So, and I'm probably not going to do grilled cheese that night. Usually whenever I do soup, I do grilled cheese on the side, but with that one, I don't think I will, because by the time you add like the chips and the cheddar cheese and sour cream and stuff, you don't really need much more to go with it. It kind of makes a whole meal on its own, but you could do grilled cheese on the side if you wanted to, maybe instead of doing the chips and all that on top of the soup. And then the last meal of the meal plan week is for Friday, and Friday we're doing oven baked chicken, which is from bettycrocker.com. It's just a really simple way to bake bone-in chicken. Pretty much you just melt butter in a baking dish, and you coat the chicken in like Bisquick or some other type of baking mix, or you could probably even just use flour or whatever, and then you put it in the dish with the melted butter, and you bake it, and then you bake it like on one side with the skin side down, and then you flip it, and then you bake it on the other side, and it just comes out really crispy and really delicious. It's probably one of my favorite ways to make like bone-in chicken thighs or bone-in chicken legs type of chicken. And then on the side, we're going to make a recipe called peas and pasta. This is from weelicious.com, like WEELICIOUS.com. I don't know if I've made this recipe before. I have it in my recipe app, but I don't actually recall making it, but it looked like a good simple side dish to have with the chicken. And it's basically just pasta with frozen or fresh peas and Parmesan cheese and olive oil. So it's just kind of like a simple pasta tossed in olive oil, basically with peas mixed in. And it just looked really good. I thought it would go good with that chicken, and my daughter, who doesn't eat the meat, it seemed like it'd be like a decent enough side dish that she could just kind of have that basically as her main dish. So so that's it. That's this week's meal plan. I hope this is helpful to you. I will post any recipes that I haven't shared before on the Facebook page. I don't think there's too many. I think most of these have previously been shared, except the peas and pasta one. I'm sure that hasn't been, and I'll check the other ones just to be sure. So if you have any feedback for me, or you have any questions, or you'd like to reach out to me for any reason, you could reach me through my Facebook page at facebook.com/Lola's Frugal Life. You could send me a message through Facebook Messenger. You could post on the page. We also have a private listeners group at facebook.com/groups/Lola's Frugal Life. If you submit a request to join, I check it pretty much every day, so you'll get approved pretty quickly. We discuss topics related to the show on the site, and I just post some random things on there too when I think of something that I want to share with the group. So also, please don't forget to subscribe if you like the show, and if you would be kind enough to leave me a 5-star rating on whatever app you're using, if that app has a place to leave a review or a rating, that would be much appreciated. It's supposed to be really helpful in helping the search results for my show to be found, like when people search for for a podcast to listen to. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you have a really awesome day.